Closed captioning for News 12 is brought to you by Kenneth Nugent. From the station that's on your side, News 12, first at 5, continues.
A top story we're working on for you first at 5, a new lawsuit looking to fight the removal of Confederate monuments and the 5th Street Bridge renaming. But first at 5, the polo community nationwide mourning one of its own who died in a single car crash over the weekend in Aiken County.
Professional polo player Delmer Walton died at the scene of a crash that happened at around 3 a.m. Saturday on Surrey Race Road near Kittery Street. With deep family roots in polo, he won the 2005 U.S. Open and owned Walton Farm Polo, a breeding and training business in Blackville.
Walton leaves behind his wife and 3 sons. Now tributes and memorials are pouring in, and our Alyssa Lyons joins us with more.
Hundreds of comments and posts flooded Facebook all morning, one of Aiken and the polo community's own. Delmar Walton was not only an avid horseman since he was young, but he was a polo player with the hardware to show for it. He was a member of the winning 2005 U.S. Open squad. He spent many years traveling around the U.S. playing in tournaments for the Aiken Polo Club and Newbridge Polo Club. And when he wasn't holding a mallet, Walton was a trainer and horse breeder in Aiken. But most of all, he was a father, a husband, and a friend.
Talking to him on a daily basis. We had a working relationship, but beyond that, we were friends. I never knew if the phone call was to give me a hard time or it was to play a joke. But I interacted with Del nearly on a daily basis, and I will miss that immensely.
Walton's impact spans far and wide. I'll have more on the community's reaction to losing a pillar of the equine community coming up at 6 o'clock.
All right, thanks for that, Alyssa. We're going to turn now to weather. We're going to
about 10 minutes. Let's get an update now on your first alert traffic.
And now, first alert traffic.
All right, take a look at our temps and some warmer temps later this week in just about 10 minutes.
All right, thanks, Riley. One person is dead after a motorcycle crash on Riverwatch Parkway at Green Street. According to the coroner, David Belk was pronounced dead on scene yesterday afternoon. Right now, police have not stated what caused the accident.
An Aiken County family is mourning after a 4-year-old was hit and killed by a car in Monetta over the weekend. Officials say 4-year-old Xavion Stewart was crossing Columbia Highway with his siblings when the crash happened just down the street from his house. The community has set up a memorial that you see here at the intersection. His family says the little boy was excited for the holidays and spent his last moments with family and his big sister. Coming up on News 12 at 6 o'clock, Taylor Martin will have more on who he was and how his family is remembering him.
The Columbia County Sheriff's Office looking for people accused of stealing thousands of dollars worth of stuff in Grovetown. Investigators say these 2 suspects took items, cash, and gift cards worth up to $4,600. Authorities say they managed to do this by confusing the cashier at the Walmart. If you have any information, please call the Sheriff's Office. A lawsuit has been filed over Augusta's motion to rename the Jefferson Davis Memorial Bridge. All 10 sitting commissioners and the mayor were named in that lawsuit.
And this comes on the heels of other communities in the federal government removing Confederate-linked names on buildings and roadways across the South, like the renaming of Fort Gordon by the Department of Defense.
Yeah, it's happening all over. Craig Allison has been covering this for us today. So, Craig, what is the reason behind this lawsuit?
Well, y'all, if you look behind this brand new electronic kiosk, you'll see the face of Jefferson Davis right here at the entrance to this bridge. Now, the sons of Confederate veterans are saying that renaming this bridge to Freedom Bridge and striking down this monument is a, slippery slope to losing more.
The point is, these monuments were erected to honor people who had fought for Southern independence.
Martin O'Toole, spokesperson for the Georgia Division of the Sons of Confederate Veterans, says this lawsuit is to prevent a slippery slope. He believes the Augusta Commissioner's goal is to eventually remove the Confederate Memorial on Broad Street.
That is what really excites people. I suspect that the City-County Commission decided they would try the bridge first because that's less likely to create a tumult in Richmond County than removing the big Broad Street monument.
His organization is already in the middle of 3 other lawsuits in Rockfall, Henry, and Newton counties for the same purpose.
But I don't like the controversy that this is all causing.
Commissioners McKnight and Clark actually voted down the renaming because of their fear of the legal uncertainty, now frustrated that she's being called out by name.
I feel like that this is something that should not be left up to local government, that it should be in the state's hands. So, yeah, I voted no because I just feel like that this is something that should not be left in our hands.
But for now, the whole process is on hold.
I think the law is very clear now that we've knocked away the standing objection. And I'm confident that we'll win all three cases, and we'll win the Richmond County case as well.
Now, Commission initially put this renaming on hold because they were looking at the legal issues behind this back in early November. But 2 weeks later, they would then take that vote and hit this renaming. Now, going into this county portion of it, we reached out to the city. You know, they say that they cannot provide a comment right now while there is a pending lawsuit. But for now, Craig Allison, downtown Augusta, on your side.
All right, thanks for that update there, Craig. All right, coming up, the New Edgefield County Welcome Center has a new look. After the break, we meet the woman behind the transformation. Stick around.
Well, it's a rainy into our Monday, and it's going to be a rainy night across the two-state. Have an update on when this rain finally comes to an end just after the break. Wednesday, 77 by Thursday, before another weekend cool down with those highs dropping back into the 60s by Saturday.
All right, thank you, Riley. One woman in Edgefield is making a name for herself by spreading kindness. Sarah Rainsford, who is known by some around town as the Kindness Rocks Lady.
That's a good name right there. And now, due to her efforts, the Welcome Center there has a new look and a new message. Our Will Volt caught up with her to ask why she does it.
Rockin' Edgefield. Kindness rocks.
For years, Sarah Ransford has been spreading kindness around Edgefield.
Ton of it. Wearing things that say be kind, putting things out that, just reminding people, just giving them a little reminder that it's not that bad after all.
Now, her group, Rockin' Edgefield, has a new place to do that.
To welcome people to our town, to show them we're kind.
They set up a Kindness Rocks site inside the town's Welcome Center.
They're free. It's simply about kindness and just trying to make the world a brighter place.
This year, Ransford has painted positive messages on hundreds of rocks.
I believe that if I'm out focused on kindness, I'm going to be a better person than if I wasn't.
Ransford dedicates a lot of time to this, but she's happy to do it.
I think kindness is what we need right now in this country more than anything ever.
That's why she'll do her best to make sure kindness keeps rockin' Edgefield.
Just the right message at the right moment can change someone's entire day, outlook, or life.
In Edgefield, Will Volt on your side.
And these rocks are like kindness. They're free. Ransford says she also accepts donations and raised hundreds of dollars for Toys for Tots and Taji's Tints this year.
Kindness is always the answer. It's the best way to go about it.
It is. And some creativity, too. How much fun is it to make those rocks?
Absolutely. A lot goes into it.
Cool stuff there, Will.
Well, the verdict is in, and Jet Middle School has won their state mock trial competition over the weekend. Jet Middle School says that they've been preparing for this since August, and the hard work finally paid off. They competed with about a dozen other schools from across the state. So a big congratulations to those students.
Yeah, maybe some future lawyers and judges in that group. Good for them. A South Carolina 10-year-old is not letting a rare blood disease stop her from taking the stage. How she's embracing the spotlight in a Christmas ballet before a life-changing procedure. One 10-year-old girl in South Carolina is refusing to let a rare blood disorder slow her down. Adalia is a fourth grader, and she danced alongside her mom in the Columbia Classical Ballet's performance of the Nutcracker this weekend. This comes just weeks before she'll undergo a life-saving surgery next month. Her mother says her daughter isn't letting the disorder keep her off the stage.
It's a big deal, and as a mom, I'm terrified, but, she's my world, so if I can give this to her, we're gonna do it.
When I'm older, if I write an autobiography, people will be like, wow, she was awesome.
I should have been nicer to her. Yeah.
Talk about a mature kid. After the transplant, Adalia will be immune compromised and in isolation for up to a year.
Well, how lucky can you be? A North Carolina woman had a day that she will never forget. This after giving birth and then winning the lottery all within 24 hours. Brenda Gomez Hernandez from Concord delivered her baby girl on November 9th, and just hours later she won $100,000 in the Powerball lottery drawing. Hernandez says her new baby brought her luck since she used her children's birthdays to pick her numbers.
Okay,
how lucky
yeah.
can you be?
Definitely brought her.
That's awesome.
Good luck.
Well, how much water should you drink each day? Experts say as people get older, they don't drink enough water to stay healthy. I'm guilty.
I'm so guilty of this. Part of the problem is people just forget. Our consumer tech reporter Jamie Tucker has a smartphone app that can help.
For some reason, there is not a stock smartphone app that helps you track how much water you drink. That's how I ran across this app called Water Llama. Water Llama is a smartphone app created to remind users to drink water. Sure, you can do that with a reminders app, but Water Llama is better at it. Throughout the day, Water Llama sends notifications to your phone or Apple Watch to take a drink. It also keeps track of how much water you're drinking to keep you on track. Simple enough, but it's more than that. Water Llama tells you how much water you should be drinking, and it displays progress through these animated characters. It isn't just water. There's lots of information about how much hydration you get from other beverages. Did you know that milk keeps you hydrated 30% more than water? Water Llama records that along with water included in soft drinks, coffee, and alcohol. You just have to remember to log it. Challenges and streaks keep you on track for just about anything. Water Llama syncs with the Apple Health app as well. This is a free app, but for all of the features, you will need to pay an annual subscription that costs $7, less than 2 coffee drinks. I'm JB Tucker, and Water Llama is the app of the day.
Water Llama is one of Apple's apps of the year, and unfortunately there is not a version for Android devices. I'll bring a giant gallon of water into work, and I'll leave, and it's still completely full.
Yeah,
so I need that reminder.
I have one of those too, with the little lines that say, keep
Yeah.
going, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock.
That's not good encouragement, because I'm just going to turn it around. Just
Yeah,
forget about it.
Terrible. So maybe this would help. 4 homes in Columbia County are in the middle of a light fight. This is a good fight where we all win. We all win this one, because look at this. We get to enjoy this. It is up to you, though, to determine the actual winner, because there can only be one. There are 4 families to choose from: the Bennett family, the Channing family, the Ernst family, or the Roberts family. Votes will be accepted until December 7th, so not a lot of time left, but hey, you can vote. If you want to go back and watch the homes, visit Columbia County's Facebook page to check them out. But yeah, some stiff competition there, Riley.
Absolutely. Year after year, they get more impressive, and definitely some good ones to choose from this year. Hey, for the weekend forecast, we do finally dry out a little bit. There will be another chance for a few showers to show up late into the day Sunday, and temps will be seasonal in the 60s. Have a look at that rain continuing tonight just after the break.
Closed captioning for News 12 is brought to you by Kenneth Nugent.
For the first part of our Tuesday, and then past that time frame, we're going to be cranking up those temps. How about this? Mid to upper 70s Wednesday through Friday.
Thanks, Riley. That's all the time we have. Much more news weather coming up after a short break on News 12 at 6 o'clock.